It's day 70. Oh my god. This day 70 that I'm gonna practice my speaking skill. I'm I'm gonna talk about the recovery concepts for the fourth term. Recovery, rejuvenation, healing, restoring, a bunch of names. But it's all related to the main concept, which is recovery. I'm going to talk about its definition, then about its impact, about its properties, the types, the classification of different types of recovery. Then I'm going to dive deeper and elaborate on why it's so impactful and different types of applications of recovery, how we could utilize that concept into our daily lives and to understand that in many aspects that recovery is involved in. First, recovery is a process of regaining something back to its normal state. So it's largely a process, and the results of recovery can be back like back to the original state of an object. Other results may be worse than the original condition or maybe better than the original condition. A good example of this is muscle building. The muscle get damaged and get thicker after it's been recovered. I'm not sure about an example of something being recovered back to 100% of its original state, but a solid example for recovery that's less than less nah, I can't just start the video now. Let's just continue. But for the type of recovery that are less than ideal, we can then we can then but for I mean nothing's perfect, right? Still gotta continue on my video. But for recovery that are less than ideal than its original states, then recovering historical sites and old building are a solid example of that. Back to its impacts little bit, and then I'm gonna talk about more about its properties. Recovery are just numerous. There are numerous applications of recovery that most of us don't even think about or realize. Uh, like for example, yeah, the impacts are inherently tied to recover to the properties of recovery. So I've got to combine them into one. Without the ability to recovery, then we wouldn't be able to operate normally. We would all drop dead. We and all the animals on Earth would all drop dead in the matter of minutes. Sleep is a kind of rejuvenation, and without it, we would be damned. There are lots of historical sites that need frequent recovery just to keep it survived. That's the right. Just to keep it functional. Like, as long as something is living, it needs recovery. It needs to have the ability to recover, to heal. Recovery, an important impact on recovery is that it's indispensable for expensive objects, living things, and machines. many many complex machines, buildings, objects, valuables need to be recovered instead because we can't really find a replacement for that, or maybe it would be too expensive. There's recovery, there's lots of recovery concepts in, of course, first let's get in, like in the medical industry. Then we gotta look at the industrial industries. We gotta look at all of the machines, of the vehicles, the building. All of it needs restorations, repair, which is also in the concept, inside the concept of recovery. Anything that move basically need maintenance, and that also counts as recovery. Recovery after an economic disaster. Recovery after the some kind of bubble in the economic burst out. Recovery are inherently tied to saving the loss that we suffer from our mistakes and throughout our life. I mean, I kind of wonder too much. Uh, I try to tell the impact, but the way that I talk about the impacts are unnecessarily long, and it's really dragged out. I should give, I should talk about the definition, then talk a little bit about the impact in a very concise manner. Then after what I should talk about, it's probably it's typed. Then I'm gonna elaborate on its real effects on the world, and some minor concepts and some knowledge about the word, the concept that I want to say, and only then in the parts that I'm gonna elaborate should I give clear examples of the concepts. Yeah, yeah. I guess I'm gonna, I'm gonna make a fifth video about recovery tomorrow. I'm still refining how I should talk in my speech and how to have a structured talk more more than trying to work in on my intonation. It's just mainly about my grammar, my vocab, my pronunciation, and the structure in my speech. I'm gonna focus on that before trying to increase the persuasiveness and the um, watchable, no, the the persuasiveness and making my speech less bland and boring. That's it for day 70. Thank you for listening. If you ever come to the end of Thank you for listening. If you ever come to the end of this video, I do notice that I I talk in a really tight and slow manner. I mean, it makes sense because I always record late at night. But still, I should still be a little bit energetic to be res- to basically be respectful to my future self and to the audience. I will try my best in that aspect. That's it for day 70.